Hi, I quickly want to do a product demonstration on what it looks like to do a basic transaction within the point of sale application for Microsoft Dynamics 365. So what you're looking at now as far as the home screen is the home screen of a store manager within the system, but if you were a store associate, you might have visibility to a certain similar looking screen with a little bit of limited functionality based off of how we're configuring it to the system. So on the left-hand portion of the screen, you can see we have some of our starting operations for day-to-day store management. On the right kind of center here, we have the ability to store and view and create visuals of our Chrome Hearts product hierarchy within the application. So again, I can see apparel items, jewelry items. If there's any furniture, potentially leather items, I could see that and have that kind of break down to the way you guys are managing your business. Over here, we have what we call our inventory management portion of the application. So we can go in and we can do inventory lookups. We can go in and we can see what items we have maybe on hand at the store locations. We can see across the supply chains. We can see at multiple store locations or even in distribution centers to see if there's anywhere within the Chrome Hearts organization, maybe a piece of inventory is existing. If I have any picking or receiving notifications in the store, maybe somebody's pushed down an order to my store and I need to know to go grab that and pack that as a store associate or manager, I can see that as well within the application. And then we have just some day-to-day management of the store applications within the system. But quickly, I just want to run you guys through some scenarios from just essentially a basic transaction within the application. So I'm going to go into my transaction screen here and just do what would amount to a UPC scan within the system. So I'm just going to go scan that UPC item and pull it in. So again, you can go and I pulled in the rib tank top. I can then go in now if I wanted to and make a payment on that item. So if I wanted to do credit, if I wanted to do cash, I could just go ahead and quickly transact on this item as is right now. There's obviously some other functionality that I can do that I have the options to. So right here, what we're looking at is this actions ribbon, and it allows me to do a couple things. Maybe if I wanted to avoid a line, if I wanted to avoid the transaction, if there is a product a customer wanted to return and maybe add that, apply that as a credit to the transaction, I could do that as well. I can select this orders functionality here. It allows me to create an order. As I create an order, it allows me to do a couple things. I can basically hold that order and suspend the transaction if a customer wants to maybe continue shopping and come back later and make the purchase. If they wanted me to ship from the store to their customer address, I could do that as well. Maybe if I wanted to ship from a specific store that had the inventory, my store doesn't have the inventory, I could do that as well within the application. Maybe if I want to just hold maybe for a deposit pick up later, I can do that. If I wanted to add a customer, I'm just going to go in here, add a customer to the account, and maybe I'll just do a quick here search for a customer, Karen. I pull up Karen. Obviously, it's a pretty generic first name search, so it's going to pull up multiple different Karens, or in this case, Katie, because I was close enough there. And so I can go and I can select it. Now, if you wanted to do a customer email search, customer phone number search, customer address search, all of this functionality exists. So if I just went in here and did a 206 lookup, maybe again, I pull up Karen's address just as a different lookup method. So I'm just going to go in here and pull up Karen's account. And within Karen's account, obviously, there's multiple things we have visibility to. I can go in and I can see any recent purchases. If there's a wish list of items that Karen is maybe interested in purchasing that she's working with a store associate on, I could see that. I can see all her recommended products based off of recent purchases within the application. It's basically suggesting what we think she might be buying next. If there's any affiliations that we wanted to associate with Karen, we could do that as well. Or attributes of the customer. So if shoe size is one of them, household size is something that we've been tracking in association with Karen as well. And we have these affiliations too. And so right now, Karen is affiliated as an employee, and she's also getting a military discount. If I want to pop that open, there's multiple different affiliations I could choose. Again, you're flexible with how you assign these as well. One of the things we can do is here is assign it a gray market affiliation. So maybe if a customer is flagging suspicious for selling items third party on e-commerce platforms, we can flag them as a gray market customer. They'll no longer be able to transact anything with Chrome Hearts moving forward. So I'm just going to give her a specific maybe Chrome Hearts employee affiliation within the system. Give it 1 second while it adds. And so right now I am just going to choose then to add Karen to the sale. So I'm just going to go ahead and add her to the sale. And once I've added her to the sale, again, you can see Karen's associated with this. I'm just going to go ahead then and finish this transaction. So it's going to ask me to declare. Just for demo purposes, I'm going to pay in cash here. It's a little bit easier for me to walk through. So I'm going to hit OK. And again, order has been created. It's been fulfilled within the application. So that's just a quick example of a simple transaction within the application.